All right, new episode of Spencer Walsh show today, and Matt Janis is joining us. Matt, he heard
Hello.
our episode with Hudson, and I know Matt knows sports, so I was like, yeah, we're gonna put Matt Janis on, and he is here with us today. And obviously, Matt, first, thanks so much for joining us. But the main thing is, first round of the NCAA tournament in the books. The first, 4 days now are already in the books, and the big thing is. And one of the big thing is winners and losers. There have been a lot of winners and losers, and not even just concepts, kind of. And the four letters that will enter into college basketball in terms of the UMBC, which I think stands for University of Maryland, Baltimore.
Baltimore County.
Yeah, Baltimore County. I knew there was a Baltimore, but I just couldn't quite finish off that letter, I guess. But yeah, what was your reaction when they got that upset tonight? What was it, Friday night?
At first, I was watching bits of the game. I was switching between that and I think the Purdue game, and they kept bringing up the score, and they kept saying UMBC is up with by this many points, and I was like, "There's no way that's happening." But then at the end of the score, I actually look and I see, wow, UMBC is actually winning, and UMBC won the game. I was just so surprised. I didn't really think Virginia would collapse that by that big of a deficit to UMBC, this small school.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty, it's just, there obviously is going to be some upsets in March Madness, but you never expect that kind of magnitude to it. It's just 1-16 seed. I think that's never happened before in men's basketball.
Yeah, that was the first time it's ever happened. I mean, I heard that it happened in a women's college basketball game.
Yeah, I think with Harvard.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so the thing is they won, they're called the Retrievers, and they won by 20 points. That's.
Yes. But the crazier thing I think was in one of their season games they lost by I think 50 or 60 to Albany.
Yeah, that just shows you. I mean, if you get in the right position and you play, I mean you got to play the games, and it seems like so many times there's such a determined outcome. When I'm pretty sure I can almost guarantee. On the show when back on Wednesday when we did that show with Hudson and Jake, we got to that point. We were like, yeah, let's just put Virginia down for a win here, and it just doesn't happen. And they were able to flip the script with script. The jerseys they had were the Retrievers, and I mean, I think they're this may sound a little bit conspiratorial here, but Marshall and Wichita State. Marshall beat Wichita State, and UMBC knocked off Michigan, both with script jerseys. Can you believe that? Marshall was in script, and the Retrievers were in script, but I feel like that doesn't matter at all. Anyway, yeah. On Thursday afternoon, 11-seeded Loyola Chicago topped number 6 seed Miami. It would take a look at the Loyola Ramblers jerseys. They're also in script too. We got a theme here going on. But the larger point is these upsets, though. Does that kind of make you nervous for later rounds? Are there not enough good teams that play higher quality basketball and are used to this kind of stuff to compete in the later rounds?
I mean, I feel like almost anything can happen in March, but yeah, I mean,
true.
You might see a decrease of the amount of people watching March Madness, but I mean, personally, I love it when the small schools advance. I think it's such a cool thing to see these small schools like Loyola Chicago and UMBC advance and face these bigger teams. And I would love to see a finals where it's Loyola Chicago's in the finals. I would just love to watch that.
Yeah, I'm
a big fan of the underdogs.
Yeah, it's definitely the thing. The underdogs always won the heart of the casual fan. Oh, that's so cool. Loyola Chicago. Would you look at that? Yeah, in Nevada with a big win over 10-seeded Texas. There's been a lot of thrilling stuff. I mean, I haven't seen the TV ratings for this yet, but you can only imagine they are pretty good. I can only imagine.
I mean, recently, almost 10 minutes ago, I got a notification that Michigan State lost to Syracuse, which is
yes,
yeah.
I got that too.
It's kind of, I wouldn't really say it's a small school, but it's one of the lower seeds, and they're beating one of the best teams in Michigan State.
Yeah, Michigan State, Tom Izzo. I mean, I remember liking them. I remember having a good feeling about them coming into this tournament, but now it just feels like no one is safe. So yeah. 18.
I mean, anything can happen in any given game.
Yeah, so true. 18.5% of ESPN's brackets had the Virginia Cavaliers winning the title. So that's a pretty high percentage mark overall. It's actually the most popular title pick, interestingly enough. And then Arizona, they got a big hit. And
yeah, it was one of those games again, kind of like the UMBC game. They just never had an answer. They were never really in the game.
Yeah, I mean, I just could not conceive of it how it happening like that. You're that much in a funk and kind of just like stumbling around the court.
They have one of the best players in college basketball too, in DeAndre Ayton. They just seem to never give him the ball, and they lost by like 20-something to the Buffalo Bulls.
Yep, and it's like you're in a glaze and you're just fumbling around, and it's kind of amazing to see how that could happen for a whole entire March Madness college basketball game. It's just quite incredible. Yeah, and then
it's almost becoming a theme now.
Yeah, I mean, like you always hear upsets dominate college basketball, March Madness, whatever, but none really quite like this. That's for sure.
Yeah, usually like the other teams are in the games. It usually comes down to the wire. But you're seeing like these small schools, and they're just coming out with like this sense of like fire, and they're just crushing the opponent.
Yep, and that is not something you see truly very often. And Marshall, another one of those cool stories there as well. They were coached by Dan D'Antoni, the brother of Houston Rockets coach Mike D'Antoni, which is also pretty fun. The Herd is the name. They notched a season-high 12 steals, which is the second highest total allowed by Wichita State Shockers, who they lost all season. And, I mean, yeah, number 13 team is always kind of a force of chaos, 13-seeded team in the tournament, but never so quite like this. And then we got the Loyola State grandmother.
Loyola Chicago.
Loyola Chicago grandmother woman who's always already becoming a meme. Just like, remember the guy?
Sister Jean.
Yes,
Definitely.
yes. Remember the
guy?
guy?
The team mascot, kind of like back when the Vikings were in the playoffs. They had that 100-year-old lady at the games. Becoming like a pattern with these underdog teams.
Yeah, that was against something like Rally Around. I forget what team it was 2 years ago. The dad had a coach. The dad was the coach, and the son was playing in the game. And the son hit a game-winning shot, and the guy fell off his chair. I don't know what team that was.
Oh, I think I remember what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, I better look that up because that was like another one of those moments. Like, it just makes March Madness so much different.
Yeah, all these people love to like hang on to these special stories, especially in March Madness.
Yeah, it just makes it so much different from any other coaching event. But the thing is, it is a big business. It's like $850+ million or something for TV rights, and that's kind of brings up the issue of like college players getting paid, et cetera, et cetera. Do you think they should get paid?
Yeah, they should definitely get paid. Like, especially how they keep using like these people's names. I was listening to a presentation once, like in our English class, and they stated that like some people, they had NCAA video games where they use these people's names, but they didn't make any money from it, and I think that's just totally unjustified and unfair. And like they sell jerseys with like no one's name on the back. Like, who's gonna want to wear a jersey of like a random number? Like, I don't think anyone would.
Yeah, that's a little that definitely is a little bit strange. And I mean, the fact that they can profit off of that, or they were used to be able to, it just kind of shows you the kind of different way college basketball is run with NCAA and all that than any other kind of sporting event out there. Yeah, there's some really good case to be made for being paid. But then there was the whole issue of, do you pay someone at, for example, Loyola Chicago, I don't know, I keep saying Loyola State, but Loyola Chicago, the same as like someone at Duke or Coach K. That's another thing that they're going to have to deal with over time.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So then, obviously, we know March Madness, quite a big deal, but we also know
there's other things that happen in March other than March Madness.
Yes, and one of them is the draft, free agency, and everything else. And the Jets...
NFL free agency, yeah.
Yep. Jets just made a big bet on their number 3 pick in this...
The Jets are making a splash so far, yeah, definitely.
In this year's draft. Where do you stand on this move? Do you think it's a pretty risky gamble? Is it worth it, though?
I I mean, the Jets. I mean, you can see that they're making moves. They signed Trumaine Johnson. I think they signed other key assets. And honestly, in my opinion, this is definitely a quarterback. I mean, there's a lot of good quarterbacks in this draft. Like, they're all pretty similar. And the Jets don't really have that guy yet. Like, I know that they signed Teddy Bridgewater, but, like, he's not the real answer. The real answer for them is going to be, like, Baker Mayfield or Josh Rosen or whoever falls into their hands. But I think this is a quarterback by far.
Yeah, that's I heard the one big name was Josh Rosen. And, I mean, he seems to be a little bit interesting. Baker Mayfield also seems to have a little bit of a personality. And obviously you wonder how that's going to clash with, like, the New York atmosphere. But just so you know, the Colts, just to give you the deal here, the Jets 2018 first-round pick, number 6 overall, 2018 second-round pick, number 37 overall, and the 2018 second-round pick, which is number 49, and the 2019 second-round pick. That's what the Colts receive, the Jets receive, and then the Colts first-round pick, number 3 overall. And, yeah, I mean, I totally agree with you. This should be the quarterback here, because the Jets have gone...
Yeah, because the Colts also, they don't have any reason to have a quarterback. They have Andrew Luck.
Yes.
And, yeah, they're very invested in him. Like, there's no reason they could trade down. I mean, they have T.Y. Hilton. I mean, all they need is really, like, a running back or something, maybe an O-lineman. They should be set. Yeah,
I think they need some really strong personnel players because, like, that's one of the things that I always think of when I think of the Colts. I think of just Andrew Luck is kind of getting – it's weird, but he's kind of, like, getting cheated there because he's such – I feel like he's one of the biggest talents, and we would really see him shine if he had the support going in.
Yeah. Like that one year, where he took the Colts to the AFC Championship game, they still have like that same exact team almost. It's just that Andrew Luck hasn't been able to stay healthy. But when he's healthy, he's one of the better quarterbacks in this league.
Definitely. And that was the Deflategate year, if I'm not mistaken.
That was a Deflategate game.
Yep. And so but this is a big deal for the Jets. It's the Jets just bet their entire future on the player they selected this pick in the number 3 draft because this is a lot of picks and therefore it's a lot of future that they're giving away here.
The Jets believe that once they get their quarterback, they're set, and like I honestly don't doubt them.
Yeah,
they're just one quarterback away from like having they're gonna start. I wouldn't be surprised if like they have a good season next year. They draft a quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, their season was obviously not too bad last year, but it just wasn't good enough to actually go anywhere or backwards or forwards.
Yeah, you're playing with like an old Josh McCown. Like, I wouldn't really expect anything.
It was like the treacherous middle part of where we are. It's like you can't tank, or you can't get in the playoffs. So that's kind of a tough situation that they are. So, the Jets have also agreed to re-sign Josh McCown and add free agent Teddy Bridgewater, so they kind of got a little bit of insurance, but they are definitely throwing on all of their chips on the table. But the only question is, do they have the front office competence to pick the right quarterback here?
I think they definitely do, because there's really no way you can go wrong picking these quarterbacks. They all have like the same attributes almost, and I think the 2 first picks, like they can definitely be quarterbacks, so that's gonna free up a ton of air for the Jets. It's not gonna make them as confused. It just really depends on how the first 2 picks turn out. Like if the Giants pick Saquon Barkley at number 2, it could be a little bit harder for the Jets, but I feel like the Giants could pick a quarterback.
Yeah. 3 second rounders. This is the thing. They seem to like a lot to part with to move these selections. It seems like a lot to part with. The Jets are presumably, though, bidding against other teams, including the Bills, which have 2 first-round picks, number 12 and number 22, and is reportedly interested in moving up to the first round, even after signing A.J. McCarron. And the Broncos.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Bills try to get a deal done with the Giants.
In what way?
I mean, the Bills, they definitely still need a quarterback. I don't think A.J. McCarron's the definite answer for them. And the Bills are one of those teams in the market right now that needs a quarterback. They were a playoff team last year, but they lost Tyrod Taylor. I could definitely see them jumping up to number 2 and sending a lot away to the Giants.
Or
maybe even A.J. McCarron.
Could it be something Eli involved, maybe? If they really need a quarterback and the Giants want to maybe move to the future? I don't know. I think the Giants, I mean, as hard as it is to say this, like the Eli era is almost coming to an end. Like we need to find someone that where Eli's able to mentor them and like
it's going to put the Giants in a great place for the future. But if we pick Saquon Barkley